You know, I've always been into working out and everything. My mom got me into it when I was pretty young, so I've been doing a lot of different stuff, but my mom's always been a big runner, and when I got here, I don't know why, but I decided I would try and get a little bit more into running and saw that there was a marathon here, so I thought, I'd set a goal for myself, and back when school started, just took running more seriously and had my eyes on doing the rock and roll. One of my favorite things about running is that there's this aspect to which you just, when you feel as if you're running out of energy, when you feel like you're going to hit a wall, it's just a mental game of deciding that you're going to keep running anyway. And eventually you hit a point where you're like, hey, my legs don't feel so heavy anymore, my cramp is gone, whatever the issue was. If you just kind of put the mental energy into pushing through that wall, you can usually come out better on the other side and cruise for a few more miles before it happens again. And I think medical school, at least so far, I'm just a first year, so I don't have a huge sample to go off, but so far, it's really taxing. There's a lot of work, a lot of volume. There's days where you just really feel like you can't push through it, but if you just decide to do it, the next day you wake up and you're like, hey, I got a ton done yesterday, and you have the motivation, you have the energy to keep going. So I think it's really similar in that way. I think it's just going to feel incredible to knock off this accomplishment. Ever since I finished football, I've thought, a marathon would be a really cool goal to set for myself. Anything you want to do, you can absolutely do it, and it's just about setting a good plan, in my opinion at least. It's all about saying, if I have this goal, don't just dream about it. What concrete steps can I take every day to get a little bit closer? And in June, I decided I want to run a marathon, and I went outside, and it was scorching hot in New Orleans, and I made it 3 miles, and then I walked home. And I was like, man, I'm a long way away from running this marathon, but every day just kept getting up and putting a few more miles in, and I had a little bit of a revelation a couple weeks ago. Some friends of mine that are also running the race, we all went out and did a 20-miler together, and I finished and felt incredible, and I was like, wow, so much has changed since I set this goal. So if you come up with a goal and you're really committed to it, then there's no reason why you can't just take little steps every day, and sooner or later, you get there.